Of the silent comedians, Charlie Chaplin wins the gold medal, Buster Keaton the silver, and Harold Lloyd bronze. I wonder if Lloyd himself wouldn't have objected to my saying this, considering that his comedic persona centered on his embrace of the underdog role. And yet, despite being lesser known, it is clear from the opening joke of this movie that Lloyd is a comedian of remarkable intelligence. This is Safety Last, the masterpiece of Lloyd's career, in which he famously climbs a tall building and hangs from the hands of a clock. Clocks are cinematically powerful symbols. Clocks are machines that shape our experience of time by measuring it. And the machine of cinema uses a similar process as an art form that draws our attention to the beauty in time's passage. Among the arts, cinema's relationship with time is unique. In Safety Last, this moment with the clock is the climax of the hero's increasingly strained relationship with time. In Safety Last, time is money. In my list of great movies, Safety Last is our first window into the life of the working man. Such a life is ruled by the clock. Rent is due at the end of the month. You have to be at work on time. During the time you are at work, your body is controlled by the people who pay you, and if they are unsatisfied by their level of control over you, they will stop paying you the money you need for food and shelter. For example, in Safety Last, our hero, who is simply named the Boy, gets in trouble for a uniform violation, but we see that the work is so physically strenuous that it cannot be done while maintaining uniform policy. Work rules are made and enforced by owners and managers who don't understand how the work is done, and this system wastes people's energy. As a result, the Boy is faced with the additional time pressure of saving his job before he gets in trouble again and gets fired. In an effort to save his job, the Boy suggests to his boss that he climb the office building as a marketing stunt for the company, and this brings us to the famous climactic scene. This is a suspenseful sequence in a suspenseful movie, but as suspenseful as this movie is, it's also very funny. Lloyd's character is smart and sweet, but also arrogant and deceptive. He confuses people so much that they can't even process that they're being confused, making him invisible. He's an underdog, so it's fun to watch him overcome all odds. Years after this movie was made, when Senator Joseph McCarthy fought against left-wing voices in Hollywood, Lloyd was one of the first to help him. To be clear about my own politics, I am not one of those internet people trying to sell you communism here. I am just a film critic telling you about historical events from a logical perspective. But I have found that today, many people across the political spectrum agree that McCarthy's actions were unjust censorship. It was McCarthy and those who helped him, not those he attacked, who were the real traitors to their people. I say this because I am surprised that Lloyd would, in this movie, understand the struggle of the common working man so well, and then later in life understand it so poorly. If we can understand why this is the case, I think we will have a deeper experience of this movie. I can't know another man's soul, but if I had to guess, here's what I'd say. Safety Last is the story of a man overcoming all odds to achieve success. This is the American dream. It is the American dream because it is the only dream you can have in a society controlled by corporations, where the odds are against you from the start. And if you do succeed, like Harold Lloyd here, it's easier to convince yourself that the system works. In a system where only the strong survive, it's easy to convince yourself that the system works if you think you're strong. But none of us are invincible. We're all victims of luck in the end. This dream is really a nightmare. It's possible to watch this movie and see the dream. It is a comedy after all, and you should laugh and have a good time when you watch it. But I think it's a darker comedy than it means to be, and this actually makes it a better movie. Because if you pay attention, you see the nightmare. You may notice that his bosses never place a net or trampoline at the bottom of the building he climbs. And you may realize that in the world of work and rent, all of us live hanging by the hands of a clock.